Hi, my name's Megan, and I am the Ultimate Hype Witch. Today, I want to talk about exploring your range and what it means to push that edge, right? So, range is so many things, right? So, when you think of range and someone who has a lot of range, right, that typically means they say yes to a lot of opportunities. They've experienced a lot of different experiences. They've gone on adventures. They've explored a lot of parts of themselves, right? And I'm someone who's got a lot of range. I'm willing to do a lot of things, to at least try things once or twice, see how I like them, experience them, all of that. I have a lot of Sagittarius energy within me. So that allows me to say yes to a lot of things because I want to experience new things. My love language, my number one is shared experiences, and especially shared new experiences. So when you're talking about range, it correlates to someone's capacity, right? And when someone has explored a lot of their range, whether it's different experiences or internal ones, right? Maybe it's they've explored a lot of internal emotions. This is something in the somatic breathwork training that we're taught. Like we have a whole day talking about range and we have exercises on it. But it's always, as above, so below. So the level of depth and nutrient rich density and all of that yumminess that you can achieve and cultivate within a relationship, whether friendships, community, partnership, all of that, right? All of that range and the willingness to explore and that curiosity is going to show you how much someone's willing to grow and how much how open someone is and how curious they are about life. And when you explore your range and you've explored your depths, you can really tell how and where someone's willing to go and where someone's willing to meet you. It's the saying is someone can only go as deep as they're willing with you as they're willing to meet themselves. And it takes a lot of vulnerability. It takes a lot of courage to do that. And I'm not saying it doesn't. But it also takes this willingness to go there and really be honest with yourself, be transparent with who you're in relationship with. And so exercises on range. I mean, I feel like breath work's a great one to tap into emotions you might not even know are available to you. If you are in acting classes or if you take improv classes or that kind of stuff, that's a great way to expand your range. It's exploring your range is basically finding the edge of your comfort zone and then taking one little step outside of it. It doesn't have to be a huge step. It doesn't have to be a huge leap. But over time, those steps, they're going to add up. And from where you are standing, if you're just taking a few steps here, a few steps here, that range is going to get bigger and bigger. And your capacity is going to become larger and your energy body is going to be massive and you're going to have the capacity to hold so much more, the capacity to say yes when opportunities come up. They're just going to be a full body yes, right? Because you've tapped into your intuition, you've learned how to harness that safety within, and this full body yes for life and exploring your range is going to just 10x, 100x your life, right? Because you're willing to say yes. You've explored that range. When something comes up, you're going to be like, okay, I know what to do this time. I am ready to say yes to this. I have the capacity for this. I have been preparing for this my whole life. That is what exploring your range means, saying yes to life, reigniting that yes. That is how we evolve as humans, how we become the permission slip for other people to explore their range and step out of their comfort zone and share their voice and share their magic. It's what we need more of right now. It's something I love talking about and I love exploring in my own ways. Burning Man is a great place to explore your range. Not only is everything and anything available to you, right? And all of the things that you typically seek with pleasure, whether it's a yoga class or just concert after concert after concert and dancing after dancing after dancing. There's also so many other things happening there. Like everything's happening there. So I went to a hypnosis workshop last year, and just it ended up being a completely different workshop by the time I got there, but that's just kind of how Burning Man is. And your willingness to say yes and set the intention that you're going to say yes to new experiences, and you're going to say yes to pushing that edge a little bit. Like, because then when we push the edge a little bit, once you get a taste of it and you're going to be doing new things, like you're going to want to be doing like more things outside of your comfort zone. So I think a practice that I would suggest is, if you get your journal out or just think of some things really quickly, it's like, what things have I always wanted to do, but I've always been a little bit too hesitant or a little too nervous or anxious about doing, and go and do one thing. And, maybe it is like you've always wanted to sing a song at an open mic, right? Maybe the first step isn't actually singing at the open mic. Maybe it's going to the open mic. Maybe it's just sitting in the back, and maybe next week it's sitting in the front. And maybe the week after that, it's finally signing up for it. But I think, a lot of people are like, oh, jump off the deep end. And I'm definitely that kind of woman. I will jump off the deep end, but there's also beautiful ways for you to push your edge and like get a little bit more comfortable. I would say ripping the Band-Aid off is typically the best way to just do it, because then you did it and you can say you did it. And then you're like, oh my gosh, it really wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be. And it was actually really magical, and people were there to support me. And maybe if it is this singing scenario, right? Maybe you ask like your partner or your best friend to come with you and just say, I'm really nervous to do this. I don't know if I'm going to do it tonight, but I would really love your support to be here and like witness what's happening. And then, maybe after the night we can talk about it and we can move through what I'm going through, like what emotions came up when I saw other people doing it, when I thought about I was going to do it. I think that's just like a beautiful practice, because it's like little baby steps. It's nothing huge. If you want to go and just sign up for the freaking open mic and sing your voice, I promise you that you're going to be so amazed at what your capacity truly is. And you are going to uncover that you can actually step more and more into your power the more and more you surrender like to something outside of your mind convincing you that you're not good enough, or that your voice isn't as beautiful as friggin' Beyonce's, right? Like, okay. Have you ever taken a voice lesson? Like, don't expect that, right? I always say strive for excellence, not perfection. And I'll do a video on that one next. But yeah, this is your invitation to explore your range, to write that poem, to share your voice, to sing that song, to, I don't know, ask that girl out, ask that guy out on a date. Like, I don't know, do something that you would never have done, because once you do it, you're going to be so proud of yourself. And then you can build on that momentum, and then you can keep the train rolling. And before you know it, a whole year has gone by and you tried that dang pottery class that you've always wanted to try. You painted that portrait that you saw in your head. You tapped into that creative power and you have pushed that edge. Or you've gone to the depths of your soul and you've come out the other side and you are a more surrendered, more graceful being. All right, my name is Megan and I am the ultimate hype witch, and I am here to hype you up and show you that there are so many ways to live, but you have to honor what's going on the inside in order for you to shine on the outside. All right, I hope you have a magical day.